Okay, being asked what writing means to me, I think the most important thing about writing, and something that I tell children all the time, writing is about being heard. When I was a youngster, I would come in from school and I would want to tell my mom something, and she'd say, Audrey, not now. I've got to get dinner on the table, I've got to get the dog fed, I've got to get the boys to Hebrew school, I've got to get you to dancing school. I can't listen now. Or I would come in, I would want to tell my dad something. And it was the same thing. I wasn't being heard, I wasn't being heard, I wasn't being heard. And I learned that if I wrote it down on a piece of paper and I put it down on the table, that eventually my parents would see the piece of paper and pick it up and read it, and not just hear me once, and maybe hear it and it would kind of go past them because they were so busy, but they would pick it up and read it enough times that they'd really be hearing what I was saying. And that was so powerful that every time I really wanted to say something, I started writing it down. I was passing notes to everybody. Got me in trouble a lot. But writing became the most powerful tool I had. And I found out how great it was. And also how you could twist things around. I could tell what my brothers did and just add something or subtract it and make it so believable that I would hear my parents yelling at my brothers and just out the window and go, oh, this so worked. Until, of course, they straightened out the story. But it was just a beautiful thing. I mean, it was just a beautiful thing. Well, my brothers used to do things to me all the time. They'd tell me the ankle grabbers would grab my feet and pull me under the bed if I dangled my feet at my bed and things like that. And finally, when I learned how to write, I wrote all these things down. Eventually, that became my first book. And, I waggled it in front of my brother's face and said, ha, you teased me, I kept the money. But, it was just the fact that with this, I had so much power, the power to be heard. And at first, being able to leave those notes for my parents, that was amazing. That was an amazing thing, And now, I can't imagine a day without writing. I can't imagine a day without going to Ocracoke Island and being with my kids. When you breathe life into characters, they are as real as any friend you have, because you see them just as often. You see them more often, and you talk to them, and they talk to you. There's no difference. There's absolutely no difference. I mean, it's just people that say that they don't talk to themselves, they're just fooling themselves because they're thinking, they're thinking it. I'm just brave enough to say, I talk to myself through different people that I write. Some of them are squirrels and some of them are chipmunks, but it's, a lot of them are people. So, but it's just very powerful. It's very powerful.